let's start the session. And first of all, I would like the panelists to introduce themselves. But before that, let's discuss what is customer loyalty. How many brands are you loyal to these days when it comes to food? Are you opting for the same brands daily, or maybe in a week or two when you order or go out? Can you raise your hands who are brand loyals over here? Okay, okay. So let's discuss about customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is all about the customers going back to the brands again, promoting them, telling about the brand to their friends, and making sure the brand gets the due for which they are crazy for. Before we start, let's introduce yourself and tell us why do you think loyalty is important and what sort of loyalty benefits are you offering to consumers at your brands?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Murali Krishnan. I am the CMO and co-founder at Momo. So of course, Momo will be around 600 plus outlets in 28 odd cities. What I personally believe and what I have learned over this year is loyalty is about how much of your customers are letting you to do one mistake and not do anything about it. So the loyalty index is equivalent to the forgiveness index. If the brands are ready to forgive you and give you one more chance, which means they are loyal. Anyone. So to me, that is loyalty. There is nothing more than what loyalty is. And yeah, there are multiple programs, loyalty setups, loyalty drives, which are all part and parcel of the entire how we do it. But what is loyalty is that your brand's forgiveness index is your loyalty. That. And obviously, we've been able to reimagine our loyalty throughout the years. But what we call here currently the framework which we work is we manage the consumer life cycle. We try to customer who has come to Wow Momo, we try to take him to Wow China. The customer who's come to Wow China, we try to take him to Wow Chicken. The customer who has possibly just had the steam or the basic level of momos, we try to throw some innovation to him, say that try our pan fried. And we give them certain incentives for them to come back to our outlet and try. Loyalty in today's world for all of us, which is also relevant, is we are bringing back dine-in. Because obviously delivery is not the most profitable way to grow our business in the current ecosystem and the structure which we are in. Hence, more dine-in means more profitability. More profitability means more stores, right? So there are a lot of brands I know of, and we are also trying to maximize the loyalty framework to bring back the dine-in post-COVID. So I think what has worked very well for us is to me in the past 24 months is having an absolute knowledge about who your consumer is, who your real consumer is reflection of true loyalty for a brand, for a restaurant brand definitely. Take that consumer, take him through a journey from where he is left last, is what the loyalty program ideally does for us.
Thanks, Willie. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tarak Bhattacharya, and I represent Mador Donuts. We are at 150 locations right now across the country, between 6 cities. Talking about loyalty, I think let me take a cue from what Murali just said. I think loyalty is all about customer coming back to your outlet or not coming back to your outlet to start with. I think they talk with their feet. I always say that customer talk with their feet. And nowadays online, basically they talk with their fingers. This one, actually. Yeah, so either they touch their web phone or the website and they talk with their fingers. So basically loyalty is all about that the customer actually engages themselves to the store, to your brand, and also derive more customer to the store in terms of telling the customer, other friends, relatives, etc. to endorse the brand. That is what we think as loyalty. In terms of MOD, specifically Mador Donuts, I think we do a lot of customer engagement, be it a Valentine's Day with a Mother's Day now, Father's Day coming up. So we do a lot of activities in terms of deriving customers by telling them that you are the one whom we owe a lot of stuff in giving us our business, etc. So that is what I think loyalty is all about. It's not only transactional right now, it's all about engagement. I think experiential, I think customer preference is what loyalty is all about today.
Hi everyone, this is Dheeraj Gupta from Jumboking. And I think coming to the topic that we've been given today, it's been something which has been very, very interesting for us as a company for the longest time. I remember there was a time when we used to, we had come out with these 2 rupee currency notes. And we used to, every one time someone would buy a Jumboking, we'd give out that 2 rupee currency note. At that time, we did not know that you're not allowed to print INR, right? It was that same 2 rupee note, but it was like monopoly money. That was our first loyalty program that we ran. And then we had another loyalty program where we had those punch cards, where you had to punch holes and you collect 9, buy 9, get the 10th one free. And so I think, but today we live in such amazing, such exciting times with the kind of technology that has developed. Everything is on the phone. So we are very excited because we run, I think we've launched one of our most ambitious loyalty programs. We started about 3 months ago. And the results have been absolutely amazing. So 2 things, I think 3 things have changed. One is the technology available now is really, really good, the user interface, etc. Second, it has become very economical to run a program. As in you are not going to be, it's not like buying the software or paying for the software is going to be more expensive than the actual payout that you make to the customers. And I think there is a lot of this, the entire digital e-bills and these kind of processes. So I think we as retailers, the sooner we understand how loyalty is going to benefit us and join onto the bandwagon, the better it's going to be. And one thing that we realize that we have been trying to implement loyalty for the last 5-6 years. And this time what we did different was we have got a separate team focused only on loyalty. Otherwise, loyalty was a subsection of marketing where they would do a lot of other things and chalo side mein loyalty bhi kar lo thoda. It was not an area of focus, but now loyalty is a separate department by itself. I think it needs that kind of focus. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mohit Khattar. I am the CEO of Graviss Foods. Graviss Foods is better known as the master franchise operator for the brand Baskin-Robbins. We run Baskin-Robbins in India and in the SAARC region and currently operate about 850 odd stores. Charu, coming to your question, what does loyalty mean to you? To me, if you wind back maybe 30, 40 years, when there were fewer brands and when there were fewer propositions, I think there was a concept of loyalty. Today, in today's time and age, when there are so many brands across each and every category that we operate in, I don't think there is a concept of loyalty per se. Customers are today loyal to discounts. Customers are not loyal to products unless they love the product. So the key point, therefore, is that no loyalty program can be bigger than the product, the brand, and the product proposition. To me, that's key. And maintaining the essence of the brand is the key to maintaining loyalty, for customers. That's point number 1. Point number 2, then why do we have loyalty programs, right? And we ourselves run a loyalty program and we've been at it for the last couple of years. In fact, we have a database, if I remember right, of maybe 2.5 million odd customers we operate currently in our loyalty program. So what does the loyalty program do for you? I think what the loyalty program does is to build a sense of value, for customers. There are brands that may be perceived as premium and the loyalty program helps them perceive the brand a little differently. It also helps build a sense of appreciation for customers. I think those are the things which are intangibles, which a program like this tends to do. Like Murali said, we also tend to use the loyalty program not as a earn and burn kind of program. We also tend to use it more for life cycle management of the customers. So, how we navigate customers from being just a one-time buyer or a first-time buyer to a repeat buyer. How do we navigate that journey? We handhold the customer, we take him to multiple purchases and so on and so forth. So it's a way, I would say it's a tool in the hands of the marketing team to build sales and to build, to essentially build revenues for the company. That's how we use it.
Hi, this is Vishal Jindal. I am the founder for Biryani by Kilo, and we have two other brands, Goila Butter Chicken and Getaway Desserts. So I think I completely agree with what our panelists have said. I think it's the forgiveness index, it's the journey, it's knowing your customer. So, but whatever I can add, I'll try. So see, I think first of all, you have to know your product and customer, right? There will be customers who will eat your product maybe once in a year. There will be customers who will eat your product once in a month. There will be customers who will eat your product once in a week. So the loyalty, I think, is also, you have to see, it will help you create cohorts. Right? Who are the people who are eating once a week? Who are the people who are eating once a month? And how you deal with them? How do you increase that frequency? So it is finally, I think, also giving you a customer proxy, right? And because not every customer's cohorts are same. So depending on the frequency, the love for your product, and the right demographic profile mapping with your product or company, I think you have to navigate different journeys for different customers. And by loyalty, it's just you're engaging with them and rewarding them and creating forgiveness, like Murali said. But I think it's management of journeys, but I would say with different customer cohorts in different ways, depending on their frequency and love and engagement for your products. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amit Bagga. I'm the co-founder and CEO of this brand, Daryaganj, by the inventors of butter chicken and dal makhani. We have 8 stores right now and reaching 25 stores by end of this year. We were recently featured on Shark Tank India as well. So for me, I just feel that for loyalty, I mean, like very rightly said by Mr. Khattar, there is so many options available in the market for every segment. So, it's very tough to, maintain the loyalty by giving discounts. We as a brand have a policy, we don't do any discounts. And we have stuck to it. In fact, even during the worst times when COVID happened, our competitors were giving 25, 30% discounts to get the customers in. We didn't budge. We did not give discount even then. Because I felt that if you have a good product and it's priced right, by discounting it, you're just discounting your brand. So I very strongly feel that you should price your product at the right, value for money proposition and let it be and don't discount. So I never ever feel that we should give any discount. But yes, so, for our regular customers, we usually do give a complimentary dessert or a, freebie. But I would still say that does delight them who come to the restaurant. But, and I feel that if we focus on the customer, like we are very customer obsessed, like, when I was developing this brand, my idea was I have to think from a customer's point of view. The customer, when he enters the restaurant, from all his 5 senses, what he sees, what he hears in the restaurant, even the playlist I have worked on, the fragrance, the touch, how the customers interact with the guest, with our team, from what they touch in the restaurant, every single thing which from a customer's point of view. When we go to any restaurant, it says, oh, the vibe was good, or vibe was not good. It comes out from that experience of the 5 senses. So what I'm trying to come to is that if you really focus on a customer and what he wants, any good brand, if it's a great product, people will keep coming back. You don't need to give discounts, you don't need to give anything. If the product is good, they will come back. And so that's what I believe in, that we very strongly focus on our customer experience. We look at our reviews on a daily basis. We solve every issue. We talk to the customer. We listen to the customer, and that's what gets them back. Just discounting or giving freebies is not something which I feel is the right way to get a customer back. Just focus on the customer experience better, and make sure they always have a great experience and listen to them. That's what I feel would create more loyalty for any brand.
So Murali, you set the tone of the discussion and everybody said, yes, we follow Murali, right? So Murali, so you only tell what is the role of technology in the customer loyalty benefits?
I think technology helps you to know the customer well. Get a singular view of what he is watching, where he is sitting. What is that penny drop moment for any brand is when you try to build an association between what he might want and what he sees. That's what the role of a marketer is, right? So we are basically Gabriels in people's life. We go create that want, saying that ye apple acha hai khao. Right? That's what Gabriel did to, Lucifer did to Adam. So I personally feel that what technology has done to us is given that singular view of that customer, what that customer's taste preferences are, how is the wallet size of the customer, what are the time when he comes back to you, what are the lean time in his life where he's not coming to you. He was a weekday customer who's now migrated to a weekend. What change has happened in his life? He was possibly a spice eater, now he is not eating spice. So are you tracking that changing consumption habit of the customer? That technology has done well to us. What it has also given us the power to know my consumer well. Not that it was not happening before. I remember, and I keep telling this to people, that there's a restaurant called Marco Polo in Park Street, and once I had entered that Marco Polo restaurant with my dad, we took our seats, we took our table. There was a person, the manager, who came and whispered into my dad's ear, saying that, "Hello, Mr. Lakshminarayan, last time you had come, you were not happy with the tom yum. This time we will ensure that we are giving the best tom yum possible." This is what loyalty was me for that. I was possibly in class 10 that time. And I realized that I want to do this. I want to be this guy who knows my consumer by the name, know what went wrong last time, and is telling that consumer reassuring, saying that, "Boss, next time I'm not going to do this." I think that is what loyalty is. Therefore, loyalty is combination of three things. Number one, listening. Number two, analyzing. Number three, customization. These three things have now completely, thanks to tech, it's become more easy for us.
Mohit, I would like to ask from you, how has customer loyalty points helped you personalize the needs of the consumers, and how have you implemented them?
So a couple of things actually. I think the first and foremost is that technology gives you access to customers' information, whether it's demographic information, whether it's purchase information, whether it's frequency of purchase information, whatever it is. More importantly, I think technology is helping us give us a unified view across channels. So an omni-channel view. Earlier, even a couple of years ago, it was only the offline customer that we could track. Now, with technology, you know that the customer may be buying online, on your website or on some other platform. He's also your customer. Earlier, we did not have access to that information. Today, with technology, some of that information becomes available to you. I think, and that's a very big move. The fact that we can use this information to personalize our offers, to make cohorts of different customers, to segment them into buckets, and then to personalize offers to each bucket separately and with different frequencies, allows us to then work with each segment and build each segment as we go along. To me, that helps sales much better than making one unified offer to everybody in the country. So that obviously is a very expensive way of doing it. The moment you micro segment and you start making smaller offers, it works better. The other way, in general, we have worked with a point-based approach where you earn points and then you burn it, etc. Honestly, it didn't work for us. It works for some brands, I guess, which offer far greater value. When it's a very small value purchase, like an ice cream, or like I speak for Tarak as well, maybe donuts. It's a small value purchase at the end of the day. Loyalty, as per se, may not have as much relevance. What is most relevant is the shop conveniently located? Or if loyalty programs can help build a sense of convenience and a sense of ease in the transaction, that is what matters.
In fact, I just wanted to add one pointer to the entire convenience bit. Loyalty program today is, or say any loyalty program today, doesn't come and tell you to create a earn and burn. I think today all the programs are about how are you delighting the customer through various touch points and building that loyalty. So it's no more about he coming to your restaurant and therefore he is loyal. It's about in all those spheres, how is he interacting with you? Like when I think we launched Metaverse before any other food brand could do. But that was not for us, because to us, that was my consumer sitting. I have a huge set of gamers and people who are into metaverse, alternate life. There's a huge chunk of audience who are consuming my product. Hence, it was not, it was inevitable for me, therefore to go. It was a linear line. I think that is what brands are now realizing. The loyalty program doesn't end at point burning and point earning. Loyalty program is 360-degree around that consumer's life. And like I said previously also, David Ogilvy once said that consumer is your wife, but now consumer has become your girlfriend. You need to keep delighting that person in multiple touch points.
So Tarak, as Murali said, same experience across all touch points. So is it helpful to give a unified experience to whenever the customer is ordering online or offline, analyzing the customer loyalty benefits?
Yes, absolutely. I think customer, what they see at your store, what they experience at the store has to be unified at the online delivery also. So basically, if I talk about product, service and imagery at the store, how the store looks like, what the product you're serving, etc. At the online basis, I think we, as a food partners or food business, I think what is important is then the product and then the packaging, what you're giving along with that. I think if that is seamless, then the phygital experience, as we say, physical and digital experience gets seamless along, and that is where it creates customer loyalty along. That is how they want to repeat purchase, etc. But I also want to add one more thing, the whole tech and etc. But the food is all about emotions. Food is all about people who are serving it. The food is all about that. I think we should not forget the people who are serving those food. But yeah.
So I guess everybody appreciates the brand when they love the food.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
So Dheeraj, I want to know from you, has tech-led loyalty benefits help you in aiding the sales as well? Aiding the sales, increasing the sales, yes.
Okay, so as in listening to all the panelists, I seem to be the odd one out, kind of, because we are super kicked about the loyalty program. And so, 2-3 top benefits, just writing now is that I think customer loyalty exists. Okay, there are people who continue people are extremely intelligent customers, and they know exactly what they're buying. They know why they come to a Jumboking store. They know why they go to Burger King. They know why they go to McDonald's. And we've done enough and more market research on this topic. Right? Once you understand the core need that your brand is fulfilling, right? I think in the lockdown, we realized that we had zero customer data. Our stores were open, but how do we tell our customers that we are open? And I really solely missed a loyalty program. I said, we do over 1 million transactions every month, and we have zero data about who these people were. Just imagine if we had been collecting that data and just told them, hey, we are open, the kind of business we would have done even during lockdown. And I said that was the last time that, we ever go through, hopefully a pandemic will never happen again, but, we will never be caught, without customer data. And I think, it's, largely misunderstood as a discount program. A loyalty program is not about discounting. Our total cost of running the loyalty program, where we are giving away, I think, a lot of earn and burn, but our total cost is lesser than 0.5% of the total sales. So if you actually get into the mathematics of it and you see the numbers, then I think it just makes so much sense to see, because the moment of truth comes where at the point of purchase, the guy is saying, okay, I need your number, right? And he says that, why should I give it to you? There has to be a what's in it for the customer. Without that, it's just unfair to keep asking for his number. Right? And I think that little bit of greed is there, and I think we should benefit from it. The customer benefits from it, and you can benefit from that. And see that, no, there are loyalty points which are going to come. I remember I used to buy I wear only white shirts to office, so I used to buy all my white shirts from Marks and Spencer's just because they had a loyalty program. I was like, say loyalty milta hai, and whatever, as in, I don't even care how much the points were, but it was that, that little bit of greed inside which said that I'm going to get something. Or I buy most of my grocery from, a Nature's Basket because they have a loyalty program. So I think we all have that inside us, and we would like to appeal to it, and we'd be very happy if no one else runs a loyalty program, because then that gives us a, complete head start over everyone else, and we have a USP coming over there. I should not be sitting and convincing people to share loyalty programs.
So Vishal, would you like to add something to it? How has it helped you aid the sales for the brand?
You see, how I think it can nudge frequencies. And of course, I agree with everyone. It can let you know more about the customers, how their behavior, and it's 360 degrees. We agree. And I think customers are loyal. So, people like to believe that they're not, but they are, of course. And it's not one way or the other. But people can't be eating like 100 food brands. They can be eating 5 to 10. They'll be loyal between 5 to 10. So having said that, I think how the loyalty program works is let's say a customer, when they're going from 5th to 6th purchase, they might have gone after 2 months. You can nudge it to, instead of 2 months, 1 month. So how it increases is, I somewhere say you can't make someone eat or consume something which they're not going to consume. No loyalty program is going to do that. But you can nudge them to do it faster and to relate with them, engage with them better. So you can just pass forward that journey which they were going to do after 1 month or 2 weeks or 4 days to faster and create more forgiveness, like you said. Yeah.
I'll share a small example of how a small joint near my house helped turn me into a loyal customer. So instead of ordering from Swiggy or Zomato once, I ordered directly from the restaurant. And I said, extra onion, please. Instead of sending extra onion, they sent just a little bit of onion. And I called them up. I said, extra onion you haven't sent. They said, we are sending it to you right away. In next 2 minutes, the guy was there. So they have earned a loyal customer that way also.
Just one small point, Vishal, what has loyalty framework done to a lot of brands and us is, today we have 68 lakh customer database, right? Out of the 68 lakh customer database, and I'm saying because we just came out of a round, so the numbers are fresh. So what is practically 48% of customers are, for me, have repeated me in the loop of last 3 quarters. My 4th quarter retention is 32%. These are all not because I had a throwaway loyalty program. This is all because I knew the customer well, and I customized an offer for him. And I said that, hi Vishal, last time you came to my outlet, you had, say, pan fried. This is a new launch which I have done and which we are not across all the outlets, only in these specific outlets. This is for you. Which is what I think that loyalty is getting into. Loyalty is becoming nano. Loyalty is no more mass.
No, of course, like you said, and it's about engaging with the customer. It is loyalty is about engaging. I think everyone is saying the same thing. It's not about discounts. It's about engagement. It's about information. It's about two-way communication, valuing someone.
Yeah, I would like to add on, for us also what we, like Murali said, that, when he went to the restaurant, the waiter remembered the name. So that's very important, starting with that, this is what technology is helping. So so we have a casual dining restaurant, more of a dine-in business, plus about 25% is delivery. So whenever a guest comes to the door of a restaurant, we ask for the mobile number. We have a QMS management system where the number is entered. And the number, then we assign a table to that guest. And when the server goes and takes an order, he already has this tablet where he knows this table is this number, so the name pops up, because the guy, if mostly people are repeat customers, the name pops up. So when he goes to welcome the guest, he says, "Welcome, Mr. whatever." So that's number thing where that guy first of all gets really delighted by being called out by his name. Also, in fact, I told my POS company, can we make some more better, interface on that tablet, where we can say that, okay, suggest these things to this guy. He offers, he always orders these very often. So that is a forego, immediately, okay, should we order the regular thing which you always order? He can say that. That also helps a lot. So technology can help. Everyone cannot have a sharp memory like that person you encountered in the Calcutta. But yes, technology can help you have that. And one more thing what we did. So when we collect all this data and we make a customer persona, we know that this is the person who comes on these days. In the whole table, we see the dishes. Is it all vegetarian or non-vegetarian? Is it vegetarian? So, okay, this is the vegetarian group always comes. So what we do then we make, instead of giving offers or, promotions, we say, okay, let's make a nice, we have already a content bank of our key dishes like a dal makhani, a butter paneer, or butter chicken. So we say, okay, this is a vegetarian guest, show a vegetarian dal makhani ad to him. That will, nudge him to come. Like I said, we have to keep nudging. That thing will nudge him to come instead of any offer. If he remembers this, I had this dish last time, very nice. He will be compelled to maybe come again by looking at that dish which he already orders a lot. So rather than, giving any offer, just show him what he likes. He'll come back.
So customer delight has taken the place over the discounts these days.
Yeah, and we as a brand we saw our delivery data. So we have about 50% customer repeat rate. Because that's very clear from Zomato. Swiggy, we get a very good data. 50% customer repeat rate in within a month, which is a very good number. Even Zomato appreciated us for that. And same in dine-in, we are trying to collect this data. I think we are somewhere around 40-50% there also. But, not 40%, I would say maybe a little lesser, because the dine-in is not that much of a faster, repeat rate. But yes, so I think this has helped us to maintain a very good customer repeat rate. And I always say, the best of the restaurants are the restaurants which have more than 60% of their business being repeat business. You can't, only tourist-based restaurants can have 90% people coming in new every time. But, any long-lasting brand has to have 50-60% repeat customers, I feel.
So we have till now discussed how brands are using tech-led customer loyalty programs. I want to know, Murali, from you, what mistakes the brand shouldn't make while using technology to turn their customers away.
Overcomplicating technology itself is the biggest mistake. I think you are all working with people, so humanize technology. Have voice prompts, like most of our dashboards have voice prompt. The guy, if he can't even type, then he sends voice prompts on the dashboard. Query-led dashboards. So this was what we've done at our human level. And from consumer level, though, I think nobody wants to, everyone has come to eating food is escape. So don't make his escape difficult. So simple logic, simple questions, move out and leave away. But I also feel that one small nugget which helped us to grow respect in the minds of the consumer, we take blood group. So when previously we used to take blood group, nobody used to write. Now nobody used to mention. So now whenever we ask for a blood group, we say that we have this much amount of database. We are possibly one of the certain brands which has negative blood group, which is close to nearly 3,000 negative blood groups in your locality, in your city. That we prompt. That triggers the consumer saying that, okay, when I need blood, or if I at all need blood, maybe Momo can help us. And in our entire social media page, we get on a daily basis, we get around 6 to 7 queries for blood in and around Calcutta, Delhi, and Chennai. These 3 are major cities, which has helped us. So this is so at one end, keep humanized technology. Therefore, humanize technology for your own people also, which is please humanize the dashboard, make dashboard simple, infographic-led, not complicated. Nobody wants to work on a SQL-looking dashboard. And at the other end, keep the message which the consumer needs to give you very simple. Name, number, blood group, which we do, but most of them don't give blood group also. Name, number, and move out.
I would like to ask the same question to all the panelists over here.
Yeah, same thing. Don't complicate things. Customer come to have food, not technology, I think, to start with, I think. So, yeah, name, number is a basic question. I think blood group is a great example. I think and every brand should follow that, to be a community more than anything else, I think. We also bring a lot of CSR angle to the whole thing, apart from spreading happiness, I think. So I think, yeah, don't complicate. That's the only thing.
So one thing to avoid when running a loyalty program when it comes to customers is, I think, the biggest mistake that most of us end up making is we keep spamming the customers with lots of messages and WhatsApp. So respecting their privacy and approaching them in a methodical manner, which is not invasive, as an on the pills. I think being sensitive to that part, if we can figure that out, okay, what is not too much and what is not too little. So I think that done, people will like the loyalty program that you run.
Very rightly said. I think there are 3 points that I possibly believe in. One is around communication and the point that you made about not being too invasive with the customer. I believe that both over communicating and under communicating is a problem. In any loyalty program, and one needs to be very sensitive about how much is just the optimum amount of communication that you need to do. How much should you send messages or WhatsApps or whatever it is. That's number 1. Number 2 is never overcomplicate the program, because if customers don't understand what you're trying to do, it's not going to work for you. And the third thing is around relevance. What is the relevance of the gifts that you're offering or of the freebies that you're offering? If it's too little, it's again meaningless. Unless it's of value to a customer, it's not going to work for you. Yeah, if you're going to give me a free ticket to fly from X to Y, it makes sense. But if you're going to give me some, very small ticket value add, it's not going to work for me.
Nothing new, what has not been said, but I think you have to treat the customer as an intelligent person. You have to treat the customer the way you would like yourself to be treated. I think like no one is interested, something 50 rupees here, 100 rupees there. I think you have to just respect someone's intelligence and time. And also I think the same thing is, if someone has eaten or consumed your brand maybe once or twice, or someone who has consumed your brand like 50 times, I think the communication has to be very different, and the engagement process, I think you can't treat one size fit all, I think. Yeah. And just be respectful.
I remember this to be 20 years back. There was the TGIF had been launched in Delhi, and every year on my birthday I used to get a card from them saying happy birthday and with a small voucher. And I remember I think for 10-15 years continuously every year I used to always end up at TGIF for my birthday. I mean, I just in fact thought about it, maybe going back to the basics. We are in fact thinking of starting this thing very soon, wherein instead of like very clear, like everyone very clear, rightly said, by giving them a small, what can you give them to make them happy? Maybe it's just sending them a small bouquet of flowers will make them so happy than any other thing you can do. A physical thing, that did not forget that the physical things should, maybe a small card and the flowers. That's what we want to start again, and maybe go back to the basics. and I'm thinking about that.
I have a small anecdote here. So there was this website where we used to order bouquet and stuff. I'm talking long back. So I was dating this girl, and I had ordered bouquet once for her birthday. Away couple of years I had not ordered, but they saw that okay, this particular day he had ordered, he's not ordered happy birthday bouquet for this girl. And 2 years later I got a mail. By the time I was married. It did not so it did not it did not go very well. So I just thought, this is what perils of loyalty.
So it's about using brains by the brands before taking any action, I must say. So ending this session on a very happy note, if you have any questions for the panelists, please raise your hands. No questions? Thank you so much for listening to us.
Thank you.